Now this part, leaving apart the duodenum, which will be going to thrown into a number of coils, and then it will be initially, it will be having a more of diameter. Diameter of the jejunum is almost all 4 centimeters. Then as it traverses from the left portion of the infracoelic compartment towards the right and then down little bit, it will be becoming little bit smaller in the diameter, which gives the further continuation for the ileum. So the diameter of this, it becomes, when it reaches to the ileum, it will be the lesser, but the diameter of that of the jejunum is 4 centimeters. The jejunum which is there, now this jejunum is completely attached behind to the that of the mesentery. Then ileum further, that mesentery covers the entire length and the breadth of that of the, you can say, diameter of that of the ileum, like manner where it covers the that of the mesentery for the jejunum. Entire length, breadth and the diameter of that of the jejunum goes and attaches to the anterior aspect of the posterior abdominal wall, leaving behind retroperitoneal structures. So that is what the thing where. Now this, you can say, jejunum is more dark in color, pink, than the that of the ileum. But while jejunum, it is more thicker than the that of the, you can say, ileum, because internally muscular coats of the that of the jejunum, they are more circular, because it will be taking the character of that of the, you can say, duodenum and the stomach, and moreover the, you can say, mucosal folds are also thrown into a numerous folds, where you will be going to get the those intestinal villi or the mucosal folds are there very much tightly packed. So because of this thing, it is thicker and it is more dark, redder in color, because of the more presence of the vascular parts or the vasculatures, means arteries, jejunal, they are more there. That is why it is more darker. And these, you can say, coils, jejunum are more comparatively the ileum. Then the jejunum relation, the jejunum which is there, it will be completely, you can say, occupied by the that of the, you can say, in front. The greater omentum, anterior wall of the that of the, you can say, abdominum or the anterolateral abdominal wall muscles, and as well as the umbilicus, So this will be the in front. What you will be going to have the behind? Behind it will be related to the anti-mesenteric border of the that of the mesentery. Rather, it is called as the free margin of the that of the mesentery is related along with the mesenteric vessels. So that is the anti-mesenteric border is related for the jejunum. Then this jejunum is completely confined to the large intestine, that is the cecum below and towards right, and then the towards right, the ascending colon, and even towards the left you have got the one bend here, right colic flexure, here you have got the left colic flexure and the part of the that of them descending colon. So this is what the relation. And apart from that, this, you can say, jejunum, behind it is related to the posterior abdominal wall and the what left kidney, then the ureters close by, then you will be having an abdominal aorta. So that will be the thing here for the jejunum, and then as it proceeds towards the what right, it will be crossing the vertebral column, and then it will be related to the what that of the right psoas major, and then you will be having a quadratus lumborum, kidneys, ureters. So that will be the mesentery. Along with that, mesenteric artery, mesenteric vessels, veins, and the mesenteric group of lymph vessels, lymph nodes. So they are called as lacteals. Fat, very much abundant, and then thereby you have got the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nerve filament in the mesentery. So this is the thing where you will be going to put into that for the relations. Now you have to go to the ileum, but before going to the ileum, you have to finish about the what that of the where you can say jejunum in total. So jejunum is going to, you can say, have the blood supply by jejunal arteries. Jejunal arteries. Now these jejunal arteries are very much numerous, present in the what mesentery. They are the branches of superior mesenteric artery. They are very much numerous. They are running towards the what antimesenteric portion of that of the, where you can say jejunum, and then they find very small, you can say, branches, primary, tertiary, even the secondaries, and then are named, giving rise to a what joining, forming just like a fisherman's net. So these are called as what arcadial arcades. These arcadial arcades are very much more in jejunum than compared to the ileum. Now venous drainage of the water, that of the, where you can say jejunum is by jejunal veins. They, you can say, drain the deoxygenated blood from the entire internal structure of that of the jejunum, and then forms unnamed tributaries. Then it will be going to join to the water tertiary, secondary, primary, and then goes into the water superior mesenteric vein. So that will be the water. Also you will be having a dark in color. Then you have got the water lymph vessels. Those lymph vessels are many, along with the lymph nodes. They will be going to drain the, you can say, lymph from the jejunal portion, internal structures, and then it will be going to get open into the what intestinal trunk. Intestinal trunk in totally, it will be going to get collected into the water aortic goes to the water that of the celiac right, celiac right goes into the water, along with the what celiac left, all together it goes and opens into the that of the cisterna chyli. So this is the lymphatic drainage. Nerve supply for the water jejunum is by sympathetic and the parasympathetic. Sympathetic and the parasympathetic is nothing but it is the combination of the water that is the cranial and the water spinal. Spinal is nothing but it is the what particular bodily segmented part to the water that of the jejunal portion. Parasympathetic is the water that of the vagus. Vagus of the water that of the right and the left. The left will be going to come to the water front, right will be going to get behind. Then it will be going into the water that of the, you can say, entire portion into the water abdominal cavity, where it will be going to join to the water that of the bodily segmented part to the of the spinal, earlier to the sympathetic and the water after the sympathetic ganglions which are present in the water spinal. Those are also called as the water grey rami communicants and the white rami communicants. From that very fine, you can say, filaments are going to come. Those are called as the what? You can say cranios, intestine, mesenteric plexus of nerves. Now these mesenteric plexus of nerve in it, you have got the mixture of both spinal and cranial. Hence, we say that mesenteric plexus of nerves, that is nothing but the autonomic nervous system. So for this jejunum, this is what the part. Now you will be going to have that of the, you can say, what is the embryology of this? Embryology of the what? Jejunum is by the water that of the, you can say, midgut of endoderm, because its nerve supply, its blood supply and the venous drainage is by the water that of the, you can say, superior mesenteric artery. As is the development, so is the blood supply, or the reverse is also true. This is what the development means, embryology. Then comes what is said to be as the histology. Histology will deal soon after finishing about the water that of the ileum in one. Now let us will go to the water that of the ileum. Ileum is a part. Ileum is the part. The one which will be going to start from the water that of the, you can say, somewhere else. You can say 1.5 meter before the ending of the water that of the, you can say, ileum into the what? Ileocecal orifice. It will be the what? Almost all little bit pale in color, and the diameter of this will be going to become very much less, and this will be almost all little bit pale in color or little bit pinkish in color, not that much of dark redder in color, because the arcadial arcades which are formed by the what? Jejunal branches, the ileal branches which will be there forming the arcadial arcades for the ileum, they are very rarefied. So you will be appearing as a little bit this one. Then you will be going to have this, where you can say ileum is a little bit you can say thinner compared to the water that of the, you can say, jejunum. Then the, you can say, coils of the water that of the ileum, if you are taken, coils of the ileum, they are almost all becoming less and less, and it will be going to occupy more of the water that of the right infracoelic compartment. But this, where you can say ileum which is there, it will be going to end in the water that of the, where you can say, ileocecal orifice, in the water that of the cecum, which is said to be as the beginning of the water that of the large intestine. And similar character is the water that of the both jejunum and ileum have got the what? Antimesenteric portion or the border. Antimesenteric border or the portion of the water that of the ileum as well as the water jejunum, you have already seen, it has got the attachment of the water free margin of that of the, you can say, mesentery. Attached margin of the water that of the mesentery is the what? Internal aspect of the posterior abdominal wall. So this will be the thing here what you have got. Now this, you can say, jejunum, almost all, it will be little bit narrow compared to the water that of the, you can say, jejunum. So now the relation of the water that of the ileum, relation of the ileum in front and little towards the left, it is occupied by the water, left portion of the water that of the greater omentum, which is very much less, and then anterolateral abdominal wall of the water left side, and then it is on the left side, it is completely related to laterally the descending colon and as well as the what? Sigmoid colon on its left and below, means below towards left, sigmoid colon. So this is what in front, left, in front and below and towards left. Now what will be there? Totally totally behind it is related to, the mesentery. Mesentery, content of the mesentery is ideal arteries. You can say ideal artery before forming, it will be going to have the water many, but comparatively less than the water jejunal. These ideal arteries will be going to have a primary branch, secondary branch, unnamed branch. Unnamed branch will be going to give rise to the water lesser extent, the water branches which will be going to set to be the water arcadial arteries for the water ileum, which are less in number, and then it will be piercing the water serosal coat, then the what subserosal coat, muscular coat, and going into the water for the piercing submucus into the water mucosa. So this will be the blood supply. Now you will be going to have venous also, arcadial veins for the water that of the ileum, tertiary, unnamed, tertiary, secondary, primary, or reverse for that. That is what is said to be as you can say, from the what ileal it goes into the what arcadial into the unnamed into the what primary, secondary, tertiary, and then goes into the what you can say superior mesenteric. So veins. Now coming to the water, lymphatic drainage of the water that of the ileum is also the same. Now those are called as the water mesenteric lymph nodes and the lymph vessel nodes and the lymph vessels, which are appearing like a whitish. They are called as the lacteals, and they goes into the water that of the lymph nodes in the mesentery, afferent and efferent. They goes into the water further aortic. Before going to the aortic, it goes to the intestinal into the water mesenteric into the water aortic into the water right and left celiac group of lymph nodes into the water cisterna chyli. So like that way is the lymphatic. Nerve supply is the what autonomic, or rather sympathetic and the parasympathetic. That is what it is similar to that of the water nerve supply for the water jejunum, that is spinal to the water bodily segmented part, while you can say parasympathetic is the vagus, right and left, they together forms at the level of the water ileum joining to the water that of the spinal pre and post ganglionic. They are also called the gray and the white rami communicants. Now after having joined, it will be going to send the mesenteric flexus of nerve. Now so that will be the water nerve supply. Embryology of the water that of the ileum or the development, it is the same as that of the what jejunum, that is what is said to be as the midgut of the endoderm. Same development, as because it is supplied, drained, nerve supply, lymphatic, so and all by the water that of the you can say mesenteric, superior mesenteric. So as is the development, so is the blood supply. So this will be the medical idea. Now you will be going to have what is said to be as the you can say histology, jejunum and ileum together in the water. Soon after finishing the water that of the you can say internal of the jejunum, we have to go internal of the jejunum. If you have taken, so it will be there like this. So it will be coming as the what internal. This is the ileum. Now if you take the what cut section of the water jejunum, you will be having, these are the mucosal folds. They are very much numerous. This is what the jejunum internal. But if you go to the water ileum internal, it is much more less in this thing, and you have got these are the mucosal folds. Mucosal folds are very much comparatively lesser than the water that of the jejunum. So this is what the thing. Apart from that, you have got the water lymph nodes here in the jejunum. They are solitary. Now these are here they are aggregated. Aggregated means shared group you can get. So this is what the thing. Apart from that, the muscular coat thick. Here muscular coat is thin. The diameter, if you are taken, diameter is 4 centimeter for the jejunum, diameter for ileum, internal diameter. This is the diameter. He is 3.5 centimeter. This is 4 centimeter. So this is what the thing internal. So by seeing the internal, you can identify which is the jejunum, which is the ileum, and by means of the what gross external appearance, you can make it which is the jejunum and which is the ileum. And definitely the beginning part of the water, that is the small intestine, which is totally there behind the water part into the water, that of the retro, and part will be there in the your intraperitoneal. So that will be the water having a curve. Now that curve is called as C-shaped curve. C-shaped curve. Now this C-shaped curve, what it will be there, that is definitely for the water duodenum. Now that is the duodenum. In that duodenum, C-shaped curve, pancreas is fixed. So it is the most fixed part. It is the most fixed part. It doesn't have a mesentery. Only exception at the beginning of the jejunum, where you have got the mesenterico-parietal pouch, that gives the what things. Now so this is the duodenum. So small intestine will be having the 3 portions. Now those 3 portions are the duodenum. Separately it will be dealing jejunum, which has been dealt, gross anatomy. Ileum also, gross anatomy, it has been dealt here. Relation of this, it has been finished. But the relation of the what ileum, here you have got the right psoas from the left. Left also is there, right is also there, because ileum will be going to terminate into the right side, where into the cecum. So cecum will be there. Now so this is the thing. Then coming to the what another important thing about the what jejunum and ileum, both peritoneal relation, anti-mesenteric border of that jejunum and ileum is related to free edge of the mesentery. So mesentery is the peritoneal relations. Okay, rest of the thing relation it has been taught. Front abdominal cavity, behind internal aspect of the posterior abdominal wall, and this jejunum and ileum, it is totally confined. Confined means surrounded by below right cecum, beginning of a large, right side ascending, upper right coliflexure, above transverse colon, left coliflexure above towards left, then together on the left laterally for jejunum ileum, that is the descending colon, below towards left it is the sigmoid, behind internal aspect of the posterior abdominal wall, left kidney, psoas major, quadratus lumborum, transversalis fasciae, parietal peritoneum, everything, retroperitoneal structures, left, right, when it crosses vertebral column towards right here, you will be going to get the right psoas major, and it will be ending over there, along with ureter also it will be coming, they are the retroperitoneal. So this is what, and in front what it will be there, greater momentum, more on the jejunum, very much less to the ileum, but in front, definitely for both anterolateral abdominal wall of both the sides, then umbilicus will be there, So this is what, the relation for both. So jejunum and ileum. Now in the examination, what must be the important? Leaving apart the histology. Histology I will take together in a separate. So write a difference between jejunum and ileum, or for 5 marks write jejunum and write ileum, gross anatomy. So there you have to include the vascular, means it is blood supply, venous drainage, blood drainage, nerve supply, even internal also. Then coming to the applied anatomy of the water jejunum and the ileum. They are the what? Inflammation of the mucosal lining or the mucosal coat is called as what? Jejunitis. Inflammation of the water, that of the mucosal coat of the ileum, is called as the ileitis. Ileitis. Together both, it is called as the inflammation of the what? Jejunum and ileum. Inflammation of the part of the water, that of the small intestine. Then tuberculosis of the water jejunum, tuberculosis of the water ileum, Cox, another name for the tuberculosis. Then as because it will be having the many coils, many convolutions, many folds, this intestine, jejunum and ileum may twist. That is called the twisting of the intestine is another applied anatomy. Another applied anatomy, twisting. Then you have got the definitely bigger diameter of that jejunum. As it runs further, it becomes smaller and it can go into the water. Bigger diameter having region, that is called the intestinal susception. Intestinal susception. So that will be the what? Another applied anatomy. So these are the applied anatomy, and definitely malignancy of the what? Small intestine, that is jejunum and ileum, may even also. Now jejunum and ileum, these are the applied anatomy. Now jejunum and ileum, as because it is thrown into a number of folds. The small intestine, especially jejunum and ileum, they are the most mobile part of the water, that of the small intestine. Duodenum will not move. This thing is because behind to this jejunum and ileum, free margin of the mesentery is attached. Free margin of the mesentery is attached. Because of that mesentery, it has allowed to move in any way when the bodily movement is present. Another important thing you have to remember, I told in the gross anatomy in the beginning, the lengths. This length is depends upon the height of a person. If the height is more, the length is more. If the height is less, the length of the small intestine, it is little bit less. But not the age. But these average length will be the things when it will be in the living and when it will be there in the. Some reported cases shortly after the death. So those are the things. In male, you will be having 6.37 average meter. In the female, 5.92 meter average, that is approximately. Then range, if you want, in the woman, 3.35 meter to 7.16 meter in woman. And in male, in man, if you have taken 4.88 to 7.85. These are the things. But approximately you can take 6 to 7 meters. Sometimes it may be the 5 in the living. Soon after the death, shortly after the death, everything collapses and then it becomes a little bit lengthier. So that is what the thing. Reported cases have been told. Only the thing now it is left here, histology of jejunum and ileum. Let us we will have the short look of the specimen of jejunum and ileum together combined in the what dissected parts, which have been taken from the what museum of our college.